Hello and welcome to this free lesson aimed at advanced players. In the next 10 minutes or so we're going to learn the really cool bluegrass tune with a very capital B, it's very bluegrass this tune, by the Stanley brothers called Clinch bouncing Backstep, and hopefully we'll have something that sounds a bit like this. Everything we talk about in this lesson is included in a free PDF, and it's very useful to have that in front of you because we're going to fly through the easy version of the melody and talk more about the harder version of the melody, so it's helpful if you have this in front of you. That's all linked in the description below. Before we look at some of the advanced techniques in this tune and theories, I just want to make sure we all have like the core melody of Clinch mounting Backstep under our fingers, and then we can talk about the cool stuff that make it sound bluegrass. So we have an A and a B part. I'm going to assume you're a fairly advanced player. This is not the most difficult tune for an advanced player at this stage. Maybe just watch out for that last phrase. It's a little chromatic 5, 6, O or G sharp A at the end. But apart from that, the bar of 6/4 in the B part is nothing crazy. You just added an extra 2 beats, which should feel quite natural. So I'm just going to hit play. We're going to play the 2 A's, 2 B's of Clinch mounting Backstep. If it's too quick or you need a minute, just hit pause and have a little play yourself. I will overdub a guitar playing some bluegrass guitar so you can hear it in a bit of context. And let's just dive in and play the core melody. That is 70 BPM. We'll speed it up later on in the lesson, but for now, this will be after 3. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. And again. B part. B part again. So nothing too difficult in the left hand in that, but one thing that is really interesting about it, and before we even look at some bluegrass techniques, it already sounds like it's in the bluegrass genre without adding any fanciness to it, and that's because of the scale that's being used. What notes you're actually playing: A, C, D, E, G, and A, lots of that. That's the A minor pentatonic scale. But if you look at the chords that are being played, it's in A major. It's not. It's major according to the chords, but minor according to the melody. So by playing the A minor pentatonic, what you're ending up doing is you're including the flat 7 and the flat 3rd of the major key. So using the minor pentatonic is a really quick shortcut of playing like a bluesy bluegrass break. So if you were playing, this would apply to any key. So if someone was doing a song in G and you wanted to do quite a bluegrass break but weren't sure what to do, just play the G minor pentatonic. And against the major chord, it sounds really bluesy. So it's a really neat little trick. Just you can take that away to other stuff. Okay, some advanced techniques to turn this into an even cooler tune for us to play. The first thing I want to do, at the moment it's in first position. I don't like it in first position because we end up with a lot of open strings. An open string's a bit more of an old-time Celtic thing. You know, you want things ringing out over each other. Whereas in bluegrass, you quite want a lot of attack and control as well. And you do that by having no open strings, because then you're in charge of how long the note rings out for. So I want to shift the whole thing into essentially second position. So instead of, I want to turn all those O's into 7. So middle finger now does the 5th fret, index finger does the 3rd fret, ring finger reaches for 7. So there's a little position shift. So now you can keep those notes short. Keep them nice and short, and you can attack them and then they stop. Whereas if you can attack an open string, you have to make it stop in a different way. The next thing I want to do is to just step away from the minor pentatonic a little bit. I want to resolve some of my C naturals into C sharps. I want to slide up, so I want to take the flat third to a third because we're in an A chord. Just so we retain that element of being in a major key but also bluesy. So that has a big effect on the opening phrase. If we were to try the opening phrase together now, after 3, 1, 2, 3. And also notice how I'm sliding into that first note. That has a much more of a bluegrass style than... That's a little twee for my liking, that original melody. So now we've got... That's getting there. And then the final element, it wouldn't be bluegrass without some double stops. You can't really add them in the main melody, but where you can add them is at the end of the first phrase. Over that E chord. But to stick to the minor pentatonic, I'm actually playing a G natural instead of a G sharp. Normally it would be. But just to keep the blues feel, I'm playing an E and a G natural. So if we were to play the opening line together first, after 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's have one more go at that. 1, 2, 3. That's infinitely more bluegrass sounding than our original one. So now let's just dive in and play A and B sections. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. We're going to play it about 80 BPM. Well, actually it's about 160 BPM because I'm clicking at half time. But nice and quick because you're an advanced player. And the actual core of the tune is not that difficult once you've got the position shift under your fingers. It's a really cool tune. I will overdub a guitar, back playing that bluegrass banjo, so you can see that and hear how it would sound in a bluegrass setting. Let's go. After 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So there you have the clinch mountain backstep. I'm going to keep this video nice and short. I'm going to leave it there. That's as complicated as you make it in terms of the melody. I suggest you now start speeding that metronome up, get up towards 100 BPM. I was recording about 110 at the very start if you want to get up around there. Very cool. We do these lessons every month, so if you've enjoyed it, please hit like and subscribe while you're here, or head over to mandomike.com for all the other free lessons we've ever done, and we'll see you next month.